This week, Angela is the winner. Angela gets first place. Angela takes the gold. She spins a few tales and then she sits back and watches the place explode. Let's talk about it. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, subbies. What me waganis them. Wagwan, everybody. Hope everybody's well. Hope you've had a great weekend and having a blessed Sunday. So yes, guys, I am back with this week's review, Real Housewife of Atlanta. This week I've called it The Messi Girls. It's season 16 and this was episode 10. Guys, they are so messy. They are so messy. Anyway, this week it started at Kelly's house. Kelly's got 4 kids. Kelly's got 4 children. I did not know that. I thought she just had 1. 4 kids Kelly's got. Are they all in the same for the same marriage? I don't know. I don't know nothing about Kelly, guys. Anybody know about Kelly? Comment below. I was surprised to see this lady with 4 kids. She's got 4 girls. I believe they're all girls. I'm sure it was 4. Could have been 3, but I was still surprised because I thought she only had 1. But the eldest daughter needs an intervention with costume and makeup. That's all I'm going to say. She's a big woman. I think she's in her 20s, the eldest daughter. She looks like she's in her 20s. If she's not, the makeup is making her look old. Nothing goes. Nothing goes. Nothing goes. She looks a hot mess, guys. Wasn't much going on in that scene. Kelly was just there talking to her kids. The next scene was Shamia. Miss Fake. I'm going to call her Miss Fake, Miss Try Too Hard, Miss Wannabe. We're going to call her Miss Wannabe. Shamia got the peach and Shamia straight in with the rotten peachness. I can't believe it. The next scene was Shamia in a restaurant about to have a meal with Drew's husband, Ralph. Why is she out to dinner with Ralph? And then they start talking all kind of crap about Drew and Dennis. Can you imagine? Next thing, guys, in came Portia. Portia arrived at the dinner. If you don't remember, Portia is the baby mother to Dennis. Portia arrives at this dinner and the 3 of them sit down talking smack about Drew. Listen, like real messy gal them, right? All because Drew done some music video and Dennis produced it. There's no evidence they slept together or anything like that. Portia's just vexed that Drew was filming with Dennis on the Housewives. If they're not, but she reckons Drew never told her, but Drew said she did try to contact her and tell her. She left messages. She thought Dennis would have told her also. So Portia's vexed all about that. what leads to them saying they think that they're knocking the boots. Then at the dinner, Portia pulls out her phone and shows some text what Dennis must have sent her to prove that it was Drew wanting to sleep with Dennis, and Dennis turned her down. Dennis turned Drew down. Portia's saying that's what Dennis is saying. Shamir and Portia sitting down at dinner telling all of this to Drew's husband, who she's in the middle of a very messy divorce with. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Portia's going through a divorce herself, you know, guys. She's going through a divorce herself. Any argument you have, bring it to Drew. Messy girls. And Ralph, oh, when I tell you, I cannot stand to see Ralph. Then Ralph says that Drew admitted to his face that she had a lesbian affair with Ty. Guys, I know all about that and Ty and whatnot, but you have to go way back down in Atlanta Housewives and watch those stuff, right? Ty is the ex-girlfriend of Mimi from Loving the Hip Hop. Yeah? A peer mix-up. But anyway, he said Drew admitted out of her mouth that she did have the affair with Ty. And then they showed clips of Drew telling him that, yes, because Ty listens to me, she understands me, blah, 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 blah. They asked Ralph, Shamir and Portia asked Ralph if he ever cheated, and he denied it. He said he hadn't. Boy, let me tell you, bravo, 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 bravo. Bravo is not easy, guys, to put all of them at the table together like that. And Portia is messy, but Shamia, she's messy, that one. I'm going to side-eye that Shamia. She's not what I thought she was. Nah, trying hard is our Shamia. Trying very hard to fit in. Yeah, to squeeze the peach. Portia's trying to say it's not a coincidence that they all ended up at dinner. Oh, please. Oh, please. And Portia's saying, oh, you know, she's talking about my daughter, that she's going to get all the money and send her to college. Drew made a comment about Dennis making money to send Pilar to college, something like that. And Shamir has taken that story and spread the gossip, not exactly what Drew said. Shamir in the middle of everything at the moment. Yeah. Next scene was Angela. Angela saying now she's in $2 million debt. I was like, what? $2 million debt? If you remember, Angela is the one that's married to Charles, who allegedly has a secret baby out in the streets. We'll get back to that. She has 5 investment properties, what she can't sell, and she's in £2 million debt because of them. And she can't sell them. I don't know what you're going to do. She did show the house, one of the houses to Kelly, but you could tell Kelly weren't impressed, but she was trying to be polite. Kelly came round to see Angela. They met up to go and look at a house, and they were sitting down talking, and Angela went on to explain that Wendy Williams broke a fake story about Charles. She said it was her first husband that had an outside baby, not Charles. And she explained that she had met Wendy Williams when Wendy Williams found out her husband had a baby. And Wendy Williams asked her, how do you think that makes me feel? Do you know how it feels? Angela said yes, and Wendy ran with it to say it was Charles, but Angela's saying it was not Charles, it was her first baby father. Anyway, she explained all that, and then Angela sat there telling Kelly how Shamia was telling Angela that Portia is this and Portia is that, and all kind of thing about Portia. And now Shamia was chatting Portia to say Shamia was not happy Portia didn't come to her wedding in Kenya, and all kind of things, pure mix up. So Angela is very clever, guys. I love how Angela plays it. Don't come for Angela and her husband. Angela met with Kelly to show her this house and start tell her all what Shamia said about Portia. Angela ain't no big friend of Kelly. Kelly and Angela just had little bust-ups. This is meant to be a make-up. As soon as Kelly left the place, Kelly went back and told Portia. We'll get back to that. Angela knows Kelly cannot keep her big mouth shut. Next scene was Brit. Brit wasn't really in it this week, to be honest. Didn't have nothing to say. It was just Brit and her husband chatting about her sister and the mother coming to stay, and they were drinking matcha. And Brit said to her husband, taste this, something like that. And he said, matcha is just green milk. And Brit said, no, it's not. I thought that was funny. Don't ask me why. Because I think it's just green milk too. Everybody's gone matcha crazy. Right? So, and Brit's still upset with Angela. And that was it, really. And bickering with her sister. Angela, though, has shit stirred up some problems for Portia, right? So what happened, Portia and Angela, they met up to play a little tennis. Angela said, after the comment Portia made about wanting to screw her husband, she wouldn't bring Portia into her house. So she met Portia up for tennis, everybody playing Two-Face, playing hypocrite, you know, because they don't really into each other. And they're there trying to play like they're making up or whatever. So then after a little tennis, they sit down for a chat, and Angela tells Portia all the things what Shamia was saying about her, right? It ended with Portia leaving in tears, right? Meanwhile, I made a mistake. Kelly went back and told Shamia everything what Angela was saying, not Portia. Angela told Portia everything what Shamia said, and Kelly told Shamia everything what Angela told her. Angela also, somewhere down the line, I don't know where she fit it in, managed to tell Drew that Portia and Shamia met up with Ralph, had dinner, and that Dennis has told Portia that Drew offered to drop her knickers so that she didn't have to pay for the music video. What a bangarang, man. What a bangarang. Messy, messy. We are the messy girls. We are the messy girls. OMG. Kelly told Shamir how Drew said that Shamir is a lapdog to Portia and she's up Portia's ass. Kelly told Shamir that also. So it was pure pasa, pure gossip guan. Next thing, Portia had a Pamper by Portia event. Everybody came dressed in some kind of lingerie business. I don't know what they were having on. Drew came because Portia invited Drew, but Drew was upset or a bit miffed that Portia was having photographs all taken by the group, with the group, promoting her Pamper by Portia event. Drew never liked that because Portia fired her from the Go Naked hair because Drew used to model Portia's wigs for her wig business. Portia fired her and now she's taking pictures of her to promote Pamper by Portia. Mix up, guys. So then they all got dressed in all these clothes or whatever, and they went in to do a meditation where they all have to lie down on the mat. Well, that was a complete disaster. In the meditation, you have to talk out your stress. You know, they always do these flipping things, right? So messy, because you know it's never going to go smooth. So then they start talking and they start talking how they really feel, and Shamir vexed. Shamir's so vexed, she couldn't even lie down on the mat in the meditation. When everybody was supposed to lie down and relax, Shamir's sitting up like a soldier. And then Shamir and Portia go at it, guys. Shamir and Portia go at it. You know, Shamir tries to cover up that she's been gossiping about Portia, you know, saying, you know, there are some things, you know, that sometimes, you know, we have our bad times when we're not getting along, and how she feel a kind of way about the wedding. And then Portia said, I told you the reason I didn't come to the wedding. Portia said the reason I didn't go to the wedding in Kenya is because just before that we wasn't even speaking to each other. And Shamir said to her, then you lied to me. You told me it's because you couldn't get a seat on the plane. I remember all that, with leg room because of her knee and all kind of sitting. So drop a comment below, because you have to be watching this to get into it so that we can bicker and chat back and forth. These girls are so messy. So what Angela done, Angela met up with Kelly. She's spoken to Shamir and she's spoken to Portia. Angela also met up with Drew. She met up with Drew and told Drew how Portia and Shamir went to dinner with Ralph, and how Portia tell Ralph that Dennis said Drew offered to sleep with him to drop her knickers so she didn't have to pay for the music video. What a mix-up, what a messiness. Where these stories come from, guys? So you see how Angela's smart? Angela dropped bomb with each one of these girls and sent them all in, like when you throw all the cocks into the pen to fight one another. Mighty. We never saw Angela and Britt this week. And what's happened to Phaedra? I thought Phaedra Parks would be in it this week, but I haven't seen Phaedra so far. No Phaedra. Is she coming into the show or not, guys? Cynthia wasn't saying much this week. I'm not sure of Cynthia's relevance in the show and what's going to be her big storyline. But I have heard that Kenya is suspended for the rest of the season. So if she is back, she won't be back in this season, probably the next season. Yes. So in my opinion, guys, Shamir, not liking Shamir, pure mix-up, can't be trusted. Portia's your best friend. Shamir's upset because the girls were talking about her and Portia didn't come and tell her, but Portia was chatting her. I mean, Shamir was outright chatting Portia. Well, the two of them was chatting one another, to be honest, you know. And Angela has gone round each one of them, got the tea, and then told everybody everything, given the information to Kelly because she knows Kelly's got a big mouth. Kelly's going to run around and tell everybody. So, yeah, that's about it. Drew, they just really showed Drew talking to her life coach, getting advice. Drew seems to be really down over her divorce and what she's going through, worried about her kids and stuff like that, you know. So that's really what's going on, you know. To be honest, apart from what's going on with Shamir and Portia, Angela, it's a little bit on the dry side at the moment. It's halfway through the season. I hope they'll be beefing it up a bit. Kelly, I want to know more about Kelly. How come she's on Real Housewives of Atlanta? I know absolutely nothing about the husband she's divorcing. She's in the middle of the divorce now. Apparently she lived in a big house and they've had to downsize, and now she needs something a bit bigger or again or whatever, so she's looking for a new house. But what's the tea with her and her husband? I have no idea. So as far as I'm concerned, Portia and Shamir have made right fools of themselves, and their friendship playing out in the public like that. This episode started with the two of them bitching very strongly with Ralph against Drew, and it ended with the two of them crying at Portia's Pamper for Portia event, and you could tell they felt embarrassed in front of the girls. What happened to this strong friendship? You've known each other since school, and you're going to let these new people who don't know anything about you come in and spoil up your friendship. Because if that was my best friend, guys, I would have went straight to her and said, do you know that this one said this, said that, said this? And she'd be able to say, yeah, and they said to me this, that, and this. And the two of you would be able to have a plan and work it out. But I don't know. The two of them did chat one another. I knew this was going to happen. What I want to know is, what's the tea with Portia's divorce? That's what I'm interested. Portia and Simon, what's going on with their divorce? That's what I want to know. Also want to know what's going on in Phaedra's life. Come on, bring in Phaedra. Spice it up a bit. Yes. Anyway, guys, that's it for this week. Tell me what you think. If you've been watching, comment below. Tell me what you think. What's been going on in real life, like in their Instagrams? Have they really fallen out and stuff like that? Remember, pre-recorded. This is a whole pre-recorded season, so we don't know. comment below, like, share, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, click on the all so that when I drop the video, you get the call. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm out.